What's up, guys? Welcome back to Playground Sessions YouTube channel. I'm Phil, and today I'm going to be showing you a brand new song by Kesha. This one's called Praying. And I'll be teaching you how to do the chorus from the intermediate level arrangement in this video. That section sounds a little something like this. Alright, so that's how this section goes, and in this video we'll be covering the right hand, the left hand, and then how to put the hands together. But first, let me tell you, when you're done with this video and you want to learn the rest of this song, where do you go? Well, you gotta head to the Playground Sessions app, and lucky for you, right now we're offering a free trial. For 30 days you can try the app, no strings attached, just like a full paid member gets. But you can cancel at any time. That's the no strings attached part. Free trial of the Playground app. Click the link in this video's description or tap that card above to learn more, sign up, and start playing in the app for free today. But let's go ahead and move forward in this video. I want to start teaching you how to do this section, and I'll start with the right hand first. The key signature for this song is two flats, B flat and E flat. That tells us we're in the key of B flat major. The time signature is cut common time. It's a capital C with a line through it. That tells us it's basically a 4/4, but we're feeling it in a halftime feel. Now let's start talking about notes and hand positions before worrying about the rhythms. Our first note is a G above middle C, and third finger plays B flat above that. So we're in a G minor position basically to start. And in fact, as you saw me just do super fast, you can play through this entire section just in that one hand position. So that's great news. G minor, 5-note hand position will cover this whole part in the right hand. Alright, so before I bring in the backing track so we can practice along in time, I want to talk briefly about triplets. Triplets are a certain rhythmic grouping, and we see a lot of them here in this section. So let's talk about triplets real quick, then I'll bring up the band. Right off the bat, our first three notes are grouped together as a triplet, and we can tell because of the bracket underneath the notes with the 3. That tells us triplet. All three of those notes together are 3 quarter note triplets. Then the next 2 notes in the measure are just normal quarter notes. Now, we know that there are 4 beats in each of these measures, but here, if you count the quarter notes, we actually see 5 quarter notes. Let me explain. The first 3 quarter notes, bracketed together as a triplet, actually take up the amount of space that 2 normal quarter notes would take up. So we're sticking 3 even quarter notes into the space where 2 even quarter notes should fit. The result is something that we call 3/2. We're putting 3 beats into 2 beats. So I'm just going to pick a note here to demonstrate these. Forget about the notes you see on screen. These are just going to be some random notes that I'm going to use to help demonstrate these triplet rhythms. Let's pick this C. If I was going to tap 4 quarter notes on that C, we would get 1, 2, 3, 4. Now our first measure for this section can be split into 2 halves. The first half gets the 3 quarter note triplets. The second half gets the normal 2 quarter notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the second half of that measure. Beat 3 and beat 4 get a normal quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4. But our first half of the measure, we have to put 3 quarter note triplets in the space that normally 2 quarter notes would go. And that sounds like this. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Triplet 3, 4. This is not easy stuff, and in fact we have whole course lessons on triplet rhythms, so we're not going to get too deep into it just now. But the main takeaway should be when you see triplets, You're squeezing 3 even notes into the space where 2 should usually go. So now let's try it with the band. I'm going to bring in the medium backing track, and now let's try these rhythms in context with our band. Let's do it. Here we go. Triplet, 3, 4, 1, 2, triplet, rest. 1, 2, triplet, 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 1. 1, 2, triplet. Now even. 2, 3, 4, and even again here. 1, 2, and 1. Now back to triplets. Triplet. Alright guys, there we have it at the slow tempo. And please, if you had some trouble with the triplets and going back and forth between triplets and even rhythms, please rewind and play back with me at that slow tempo. That's the beauty of these video lessons, so take advantage of those tools. But when you're ready, let's speed it up. Let's try that now. And remember, speeding up is only going to make the triplets harder and make the difference between the triplets and the non-triplet rhythms a little less obvious. So it gets tricky as we speed it up. Take your time. But I'm ready if you're ready. Let's try it now at full tempo. Here we go. Great work, guys. Now let's talk about this left hand. The left hand part is pretty straightforward for this section. We've got block chords, all with half note rhythms. So we can really sink into the groove by playing half notes. And our chord positions don't change or move too much or too drastically because we're using chord inversions. I'll get into that in more detail in just a sec. You guys ready to break down the left hand? Our first chord is G minor over D. That's a second inversion G minor chord. Looks like that. We'll do 2 of those. Then we drop down to an F over C, second inversion F major chord. And then we're going to drop down even further to a B flat major in root position. We've got 4 of those. Alright, now next up we're back to G minor over D. F over C again. But this time, instead of going to B flat in root position, we're going to go to B flat over D, which is B flat first inversion. And now we're going to move to a new chord, E flat in root position. Notice we're already there. Alright, first line is complete. Next line down, back to G minor over D. F over C again. B flat root position again. See the repetition? G minor over D again. F over C again. Now B flat over D up to E flat. You guys notice how the second half is exactly the same as the first? That's always great news, right? So please guys, practice that as many times as you need. Pause the video right now and then go back and try it on your own. Don't worry about tempo just yet. Just practice those chord shapes. But when you're ready, now's the time to try this at a medium tempo. So I'm going to cue up the band at the slow tempo, and we're going to try that now. Here we go. Okay guys, good job at the slow tempo. Now, when you're ready, let's try it at full. Here we go. Way to go, you guys. We're in the home stretch. We've got the right hand down, the left hand down. Now all that's left is to put the hands together. So let's talk about that now. There's no getting around it. Unfortunately, there's no easy trick to putting these hands together for this song in this section. What it comes down to is just slow, patient practicing. It's never what you want to hear, but often that is the right answer. So, assuming you've done all of the practice needed on each hand's part individually, now you've got one last type of practice to clock, and that is hands together, super slow, out of context of any timing, just looking at each beat of each measure, figuring out, do the hands play together or not? So what I want to do is walk through each measure, just to the first few, and show you what I mean by that. Give you an example. Then I'm going to have you pause it and do the rest on your own. Then we'll try it with the backing track, okay? So let's try it. I'm going to do the first few measures for you now. Let's get up into position, and right off the bat we can see that the first beat on the first measure, the hands play together. Then the right hand finishes its triplet. Okay, now we'll pause to get ready for the next beat. They play together on beat 3. But then the right hand plays on beat 4 alone. Next measure they play together again. But then on beat 3 the left hand plays on its own because the first triplet note in the right hand is actually a rest. So the left hand will play, then the right hand will finish the triplet. Next measure they play at the same time. Alright, so you see what I'm doing, right? Every beat I'm walking through, not worrying about getting there on time. I take as much time as I need between beats. But I'm just going beat by beat, figuring out what the hands are doing. That's it. Then, after you've done that a few times, you can start to do it a little faster between beats. You don't need as much time to think about what's coming next, for example. That's where we want to get. Once you're at that place, then you're ready to try hands together with the band, with the backing track at the slow tempo. So let's go ahead and assume you've already done that stuff, and now we're ready to try it with the band at medium tempo. Let's go. Great job so far. That was not easy. If you need extra time, and it's okay if you do, rewind and play back with me at that slow tempo. 10, 20, 50 times, that's okay. Whatever's needed to get your hands feeling comfortable. But when you're ready, we've just got one step left, and that's to speed it up at full tempo. But first, let me remind you guys something I said at the beginning of this lesson. When you're done with this video, you gotta learn the rest, and the only place to do that is in the Playground Sessions app. With interactive notation, it'll give you a grade and show you exactly what you need to spend more time working on. So, if you want to take advantage of the Playground Sessions app and all the tools and all the song parts that it has to offer, you're in luck because we're doing a free trial where for 30 days you can have full access to the app just like a paid member gets, with no strings attached. Of course, that means you can cancel at any time without getting charged. So please take advantage of the free trial that we're offering to say thanks to our YouTube fans by clicking the link in this video description or tapping that card above. But guys, we got a video to wrap up. Let's finish this section now at full tempo. You guys ready? Alright, super good job today, guys. That was Praying by Kesha, the intermediate level chorus from the Playground Song Store. Finish the rest in the app. I'm Phil, and I'll see you guys for the next video lesson. The features you saw on screen today can be at your fingertips with the Playground Sessions app. Co-created by music legend Quincy Jones, Playground teaches the piano with interactive feedback and gaming features, all while using your favorite songs. Alright guys, I'm Phil. Hit subscribe so I can see you for the next video.